y'all, Laura here from the South Carolina State Museum. We've gotten some emails and some messages from folks asking to do some really simple science experiments from home, and in particular, a lot of y'all are asking for simple chemistry experiments. So today we're going to do a bunch of rapid fire few experiments that just use baking soda, vinegar, and maybe a couple of variations, and that's it. So come with me and we're going to do some real quick science. All right, y'all, so the first experiment we're going to do, very simple, baking soda and vinegar. Most of us have done this at some point during classes or something. We just put a little vinegar in a jar, and we're going to put some baking soda on top of that. If you keep feeling fancy, put a couple of drops of food coloring inside, makes it kind of cool. Swirl it around, and then once I add my baking soda on top of it, it starts to bubble and goes everywhere. Boom, science, awesome. All right, so I can do that same thing with just adding in a little bit of soap. So it's a similar experiment, but the result is just a tiny bit different. The soap gives a little bit of room and it can start to bubble and create like a foam at that point. So this is what we like to do at the museum. We like to add a little bit of soap in. We still like to add some food coloring because we're fancy like that. Swirl it around real quick, and now once I add my baking soda this time, it'll go a little slower and be a little bit foamier, just like that. Ta-da! So same reaction, all the soap is doing is slowing it down a little bit, still carbon dioxide coming out, and it looks really cool, it's really fun. Now if you want to get really fancy with it, you can make it look like a volcano or something like that, or you can do something really cool and maybe make it look like, I don't know, a dragon. So grab yourself a water bottle, get yourself some scissors and maybe some construction paper, snip, 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 do some cool stuff, and you end up with a dragon just like this. Now when I put my dragon on the table, all I've got to do at this point is put some vinegar inside, just like I did before, so you guys have already done this. And now I'm going to add, I want to add some soap, because I like the foaming, and it kind of makes him look a little bit like he's throwing up, which I think is hilarious. So I'm going to put a little bit of soap in, swirl it around. Let me put my food coloring in, because remember, we're fancy like that. Swirl it around again, and now I'm going to add some baking soda. Whoop. And now I've got a dinosaur or a dragon who's going to foam at the mouth. Pretty fun, pretty cool, pretty simple. Again, these are all variations of the exact same thing, just some vinegar, some baking soda, and this time a little construction paper and glue. And that's all it took. All right, let's look at our next one, which is Wizard's Brew. Here we go. Okay, so Wizard's Brew is actually pretty simple, and you can do this a few different ways. Some people like to do the vinegar first and put the baking soda in. I like to make a baking soda like solution or mixture kind of right down here. So if you can look close, I've got blue and red, and I've got a little bit of green on top. So all you really have to do for this is you're going to take some baking soda and you're going to put it into a dry bowl. You don't want anything in this bowl yet, okay? Just a little bit of baking soda in the bowl. You are going to take a little bit of water because you want to make it kind of into a paste. If you've ever been to the Museum of Oz and you've done the melting witch activity, this is similar to what that is. It's pretty much the same thing. So we're going to make kind of a paste down here. I'm going to add some more food coloring. And once I start to mix it, I don't know if you can see, but once I start to mix it together, it makes a little bit kind of like a paste. And so what I do after that is I start layering my paste into my jar. So I've got red at the bottom, blue after that, and then a little bit of green. I'm going to toss that down. I'm going to put some more green on top. And now that I've got my baking soda mixtures left and right, all I've got to do now is start pouring in the vinegar. So here we go. We're going to see what this looks like. Now I'm not going to add any soap in this time. Woo! So you can start to see the glitter, you can see some green coming out. As I add more in, it changes colors. We've got some blue coming off the back that you can't see quite too well from the front. But you can see it change colors and everything. So the more layers you do, the more baking soda comes out, or the more of reaction you get, and the different colors you'll start to see. So you can theme it to different seasons and things like that. We've got some red and green going on over here, which is kind of Christmassy and cool. So you can do different things like that. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you is a little tiny explosion. Ooh, careful. And be sure you ask your parents about it. I would love to go like 1 week without somebody's parents emailing me saying, Laura, what did you have my kid do? Okay. I'm going to get another tray down. So this one is going to involve some toilet paper. I know, I'm asking you to sacrifice a sheet, but it's not even a whole sheet. It's a half, like it's one of the 2-ply. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, but it's for science, y'all. So it's not like just one sheet, I promise. This is a film canister. Now, you may not know what this is, but me and your parents do because you probably think we're ancient. We're not. These were actually in use like 10 years ago. You can still find these, I promise. If you happen to go pick up a prescription right now, if you're doing the drive-through pharmacy and everything, just ask them if they happen to have some film canisters, because a long, long time ago, maybe when you were first born and we were not first born, people used to put film in here and then they would take it over to Walmart or somewhere and get it developed, and you had to wait like a week. Sometimes it was really fancy and you could do the 24-hour photo or something, but there was a film canister, film here inside the film canister. Now when you get the film canister, the one you want is this clear one with a really tight lid. You don't want the black one with the gray lid, you want this kind. So what we're going to do is we are going to add a little bit in here. And you want, I don't know, probably about half full. Around half full is good. Nice scientific measurement. You're going to take your half sheet of toilet paper. So this is a whole sheet of toilet paper, but I took the ply apart. You don't want a whole ply. You want to take the ply apart. See, I'm not even asking you to sacrifice the whole thing. Look at that. You're going to shove it down a little bit and make a little tiny bit of a divot inside. And then you're going to very, very carefully put your baking soda on top. Now you don't want your baking soda to touch the bottom, because at the bottom we've got what? Vinegar. And as we've learned all day today, vinegar and baking soda, when they react, a lot of gas. So now I've got my 2 things in here, baking soda and vinegar, and they're separated. When I flip it, the vinegar is going to touch the baking soda, it's going to soak through the paper, and it should pop. It pops! You get a little mini explosion. So if you want to get fancy with it, you can add it on some construction paper, make it look like a rocket or something else that might fly. I don't know, get creative with it. Again, those are a bunch of really simple, really fast experiments that you can do at your home with just some baking soda and vinegar. Let us know if you have any questions or any other experiments you want to try. We are looking forward to hearing from you and doing some more science experiments soon. Thanks!